Peace FM 104.3. Who to meet Taki?
Musa no a member of Fix the Country campaign.
His family says he was not.
You've heard that?
Yes.
Okay. So it means I'll buy into that.
That's right. Yeah.
Need for another editing process. Musa so a member of the Economic Fighters League.
That I can't. I don't know.
The family hasn't responded.
No.
To that. Okay.
Maybe or economic fighters.
Because he was such an activist, there was no post in Yama.
Yeah.
People will know. The family will know new orientation or new associations. But now, is it a fact or a member of the MPP?
Yes, from what I hear, or a MPP activist.
Okay.
But he was looking at his constituency.
Yes.
Martin, so there, no, I'm there. About this MC here, what's on?
No, you know what? That's right.
Difficulties, Nanyama. Ingredients are police for no focus on as they proceed with investigations, and then eventually, they will know what to do with their findings. But I'm a bit disturbed, Kwame. The military intervention or intrusion. I mean, to me reconcile myself with it. Meaning that generally speaking, the principle, in fact, the philosophy put there, when the police, internal security are difficult for police to handle, the military are brought in. But there are procedures, changing them, how to bring the military in, for what purpose. There are a lot of restrictions and limitations in Anyama. And the regional security council or district security council, or is it the municipal council? I still don't believe there was a sufficient base. Okay, maybe we should be careful, but I don't believe that there was a sufficient base to bring in the military, Kwame.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think it was an overkill. And apart from that, they are not trained for crowd control, route control. To them, I can earlier. The rules of engagement are different. Skills, will get the same skills. The expertise in Niho, completely avoidable intervention. In my candid opinion, completely. This whole tragedy was completely avoidable. Yes, it doesn't help the image of Ghana. It's just not right. And it ought to be condemned outright. And I'm doing so even though I'm not fully briefed on all the circumstances. So somebody can take me on for that. I'm okay with that. But, Kwame, I can't stand it. And I don't think it's right. In Temna, even the Army High Command, they will check their contingent or detachment or what deploy who is in charge of them. And what standard operating procedures is it that the police can call them into a situation without reference to the Army Command?
Yes, they can.
They can.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
No, let me tell you why they can.
They can.
Listen, Kweku. Of course, he's a former regional minister. He would even know better. Because you see, Kweku,
there should be reference to some procedure.
There is always procedure.
The procedure, it's a military intelligence act.
Kweku, this was a military patrol team.
Yeah, and military patrol team. Were they going to confront armed robbers? Or people who are engaged in a spontaneous demonstration, of course, outside the framework of the Public Order Act. But spontaneity sometimes, so it depends which target. What was their target operation? What was it? The police from the floor, there's some demonstration ongoing, and they be moved to stones against us. And then you decide that the military intervention is plausible and acceptable. I think it's an overkill.
Let's get the full brief.
Yes, it is like killing an ant with a bulldozer.
Yes. As you yourself said, you don't have the full briefing.
Yes. I agree.
So, I'm
prepared to be taken on.
Okay.
To be torn apart.
you won't be torn apart by the anyway.
I'm prepared for that. But at this moment, my instinct, and if you like, limited information, reconcile me. with the intrusion of the military. And it is worse if I'm being told, like you and Kwamna insisting, that the police have the right to call them in without reference.
And they did.
To procedures and check or trigger a higher military, because on the ground, in the membership, a military officer, the Security Council, Regional Security Council.
Yes, there's a military base. But in Akrampo region, Central region, military base of one, you were designated.
Yes.
Any regional security council meeting, they are OBA. And where we require their support, the police will discuss with them.
In this case, that whole period when it would trigger the procedures.
Matters of emergency.
You have a garrison commander of the Ghana Armed Forces in the region where applicable, as they have put it. I'm reading from the intelligence, security and intelligence.
Yes.
And then there is the regional, the commanding officer of the army, of the Ghana Army unit responsible for the region.
Yeah.
This is the new Intelligence and Security Act.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying to these two, police if we free that deployment, attachment or detachment, so that detachment will by officer in charge.
But the police commander wouldn't call that small detachment. They will connect with their superiors.
But that's the question I'm asking. And you think that happened?
It happened.
Well, none of us know that.
Well, I know.
We are only speculating at this stage.
Kweku, it happened.
Well, Fred, the regional.
Yes.
The regional.
They will not be dealing with these those on the ground.
Listen, then this is where the problem is. What? There, on your armed robbers, on your terrorists, or your some youth demonstrating, even if unlawfully, and you call in, then that's completely out of proportion. It's disproportionate.
Now, but we have always known you to hold on to your gun before. And see, I'm wondering.
Hey,
maybe they did assess, they
public. Yes, but we don't know.
Yes,
and that's
so
why I began by saying
you have to hold on to your gun first.
Yes, but I said it. I said I do not have the full complement of all the information. I said so.
Okay, let me give you a little information.
I still decided to make a case and prepare to be torn apart.
Well, I won't tell you apart. I'll just add to your discussion. Also, soldier for no be a friend operation Calm Life.
Yes.
They have a lot of.
They are no yes,
and they patrol quietly, all over.
Yes.
So sometimes when these things happen, they are called upon, either by the police or whoever is in charge there. There's a situation here or there. Go and assist.
A civil policing.
And I can tell you that the police asked for reinforcement from Operation Calm Life.
And they were given the green light.
To go and assist. And unfortunately, what happened?
Rampaging youth. Throwing stones.
Unfortunate.
That is what has happened. Disproportionate response. So they went there armed to the teeth with live bullets. I'm telling you, there's something wrong then. That is a classic point. There, no, we aim. That is not part of the rules of engagement in crowd control.
But the military is not for crowd control.
But then why are you debating me? Because
I'm not debating you. I'm just telling you that
I am saying
what
that
happened.
When the request was sent to the, I will say, it went to the appropriate place. That's what you are telling me. That makes it worse. So who gave the green light? Did they appreciate what they were going to encounter?
But if the police sends you a message, if the police sends you a message, and Mr. Damibisa Samson and Kwamina Opedo Imifion, who asked for the military reinforcement? That is the crux of the matter. Because when you ask soldiers that there's a situation, they should come in. What about crowd control?
Exactly.
And what by now was youth to Tumbaba the trainer about they will shoot back.
The youth were they armed?
That's what people are saying.
Did they shoot?
We don't know yet. Yeah. So we're asking our guys to check it.
But
so at the end of the day,
this is untidy.
It is very untidy. It is very untidy.
They are not ready to reconcile.
It is very untidy. So One and of fresh.
And Moban getting it.
Look,
one and of fresh with your friend one.
But that is where the problem is.
But that is what you and I are saying.
If the officer who also agreed that, oh yes, deploy them as part of the crowd control. Also, why?
What if he was told there the police was under attack?
An attack how? Stone throwing youth.
I beg, wait.
They wouldn't have known because
this is like Palestine and South Africa. I mean, please.
No,
look, I've been part of mass movements, street protests, and Kwame, I've seen it all.
And that was
under constitutional as well as unconstitutional. So both. I've experienced both. I am saying this particular incident completely avoided, especially the fatalities.
Yeah.
If a proportionate response was unleashed. Of course, the assembly, the protest, the procession, for it couldn't have been lawful because I don't think they had the mind set to give the police a 5-day notification and things. Is it even true, Kwame? There no see no see.
Yeah, okay.
So there was like a funeral event that turned something.
And one okay see if but almost tension will go high. Until you need the
so even the police presence in the crowd, there's a way to
that's precisely what I'm saying.
Look provocative. Because any training no. That's not for the military. The police have been trained to deal with the civilian population, whether it is law and order breakdown or not. It's psychologically grounded. That psychological angle. In that funeral, the people are in procession to go and bury somebody. Already there is anger and tension. It's the way you handle it is important. Now, if it gets out of the way, depending, so yes, we could be careful, but I don't know how the police posturing was. But psychology, psychological policing or all those things, there'll be better word for this. If we push it in such a way, we'll handle in such a way that the anger and the tension will not explode. During the funeral service or burial service.
That's a failure of intelligence then.
Yes.
Part of it. Because I'm saying intelligence no kwa time event is ongoing, unfolding no or no kwa no there psychological policing expertise in the beam. Now psycho because yes, things went wrong. Some lawlessness was unleashed at that event now. Clearly we're asking to worsen the situation.
We indeed Joy one interview with the Crowden Hospital.
No.
Look, the young guy now of Joy, he was surrounded, being so rowdy, but cool down. And he sympathized with them by asking them certain questions. Oma akumato yem and he moved out. And I expect the police to do the same. Police could have sympathized with the mourners. Who do what you know, obeying with the he moves on yet, and you want to I guess you will happen.
So, Kwame, to be honest, with my bottom line, I'm uncomfortable with what has happened. I think it was completely avoidable. Was untidy, and somebody somewhere within the hierarchy of the security agencies, those on the field, will have some good questions to answer. One now we field, and I'm talking of those that in control and command of the field operation. Because look, Kwame, it was avoidable. Completely avoidable.
I will always wait to have the full brief.
I hear you.
Yes.
Kwame, it's a wise thing to do. See, it is a wise thing to do. I agree with you. And
except that this morning,
my preamble indicated that I'm speaking on a basis with the full complement of the information. But Kwame, even if I had it, there is nothing that will make me agree with the military's intrusion, especially their posture, the shooting with live bullets. Look, we shouldn't rationalize it, live bullets to go and confront an unruly or rowdy youth throwing stones is disproportionate.
Yes, I agree.
Unless somebody can tell me somebody fired also from among the unruly youth, then you can talk about self-defense or collective reaction. But I have my doubts that even that happened. Because Kwame, videos in Nyama or who any incident will show there be on the other side
or two
armed capability.
Yeah, but even when the soldiers got there, them police van now. Oyin shishu go what that kind of close in China. No.
They even had that equipment. But it's possible that they were not. They
had become demobilized.
It's possible.
They had to retreat.
It's possible that logistics was trying to
retreat.
Yes. True. These are all lessons. That region or that district or that municipality, work capability. Lessons, but you see, lesson as what severe cause. I mean, huge one.
Education by negative experience.
Exactly. 3 lives.
No.
I mean, maybe
2 lives.
2. I thought, yeah.
No. Let's first.
The distinction is fair, but in there there's a certain linkage. We could see first one now on our meda, no lead to also this thing. So yes, I appreciate the fine lines of distinctions, except that there is no Chinese war really. You might make sure between the two. But so I mean. These 3, they are citizens of the land. Make sure one citizens. But they were members of certain organizations and some you had to be putting factual, fine. But they are citizens first and foremost.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet